Hi everybody and welcome back. Uh, Loads of jobs to be done this time, as you can see. Back of the car is full. Templates, and I've lots of stuff to do. I have to make a bulkhead, make a door. Loads. I've a huge list of stuff to do. First of all, I wanted to thank everyone for subscribing and for all the questions. The questions people are asking are cool. They're making me think about things I hadn't thought about. Some very good questions. One guy, I can't remember your name, you asked, what would I do to cheer myself up on shitty days? There will be shitty days, you know. That was an excellent question, and it got me thinking. So I've actually made a list for that. There's loads of things that you can do that when you're having a rough old day, like fresh clothes. I'm going to backpack all my clothes, my spare clothes. So every now and again you'll open up a bundle that will smell like home, and that's going to be really nice. Anyway, lots of stuff like that. So I love the questions. Keep the questions coming. That's brilliant. Definitely, I'm enjoying the questions, and some super questions. So loads of stuff to do today and tomorrow. Loads of stuff to do in general, but I'll show you now actually what I'm going to do. But thanks to everyone anyway, first of all, for the interest and the support. I'm getting huge support, and lots of excellent messages. Some wacky ones, some brilliant ones, some all good, like, you know. One couple wanted to know, could they come with their 2 King Charles Terriers as far as New Zealand, or no, as far as Australia. I was going, okay, solo trip. So anyway, let's see what I got here. Dull day here in the boatyard today. Oh yeah, there was more stuff happened. Notice it. I got all this pasta sent from Germany. So as you can see, I have the rigging in the car. I'm going to get that to Dublin hopefully tomorrow. Chop saws, Jesus, you name it. All the templates for the doors and bulkheads. I'll show you that when we go in. So a busy few jobs ahead. I'll show you that when we go in now. Here's Waxwing without the mast. Still takes a while to get used to that. Okay, so we're back inside. I'll show you now what I plan to do. First of all, I'm in the main saloon, the main cabin, looking back to the back of the boat. So here's the mid deck hatch where you can go in and out. As I said before, I don't use that much at sea. The main hatch that I'd use is to the cockpit through here. So this is the door into the aft cabin. I'll bring you in there now in a second. I want to put a door there. At the moment I have this, it's just keeps the draft out, but at sea I'm going to put a door. You can see I have a template there. I'm going to put that up, not for structure or for anything, only to separate that aft cabin. There's an aft bedroom back there. You can see in there, that's the bed actually in there where I sleep. That bed is going to be no longer a bed at sea. I have one each side. So I'm going to put a door there. I'm going to close that off. I'm going to put a bulkhead here. You can see I have it here actually, a template as well. Lightweight, double skin 4mm ply with probably like closed cell foam or something in the middle. Very light, but it'll be insulated. I want to keep this place as dry as possible. I'll never keep it dry, but I'll keep it as dry as possible and as warm as possible when it's cold down the Southern Ocean. So that's what I'm at. So I'm going to show you that now. I'm going to put, look, I'll give you a rough idea. That's a template I made there. That actually fits pretty good. And this one. Actually that fits too. So that'll give you an idea. That closes that off. So it's so handy being able to do these things myself. I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like having to pay someone to do all these jobs. I mean, I've worked with boats and with my hands all my life, so I'm very lucky like that. It definitely saves so much money, time, and it's just satisfying doing it myself because I'll know it all inside out. So I'm going to get cracking with those now, and I'll show you what it's like when it's done. Okay. So again, looking aft, you can see I've that one in place. Kind of changes the feel of the boat already. So now you can see I'm entering this aft section, and that's how I get in and out to the cockpit all the time. That's what I'll use at sea all the time. So in and out here. As you saw before, I have a quarter berth here. It's like a workshop at the moment. This is the main. And that's where I have the bulkhead from the other side. So I think it'd be nice when I come in here. Storage. I can take off my wets if I have to, if I have time, and you know. And then head into the main. Oh yeah, that'll be the door. You know, it'll definitely close it off from the main cabin. I think it's good. As I said, very easy to remove all this afterwards. So today is a much better day. Yesterday was a washout. Started 20 jobs, finished none of them. But I got the boat tidied. So today I'm back on. It's a much nicer day today. I can be out as well. So today I'm working on this port bunk. I'll have a bunk each side. I'll show you in a minute. So that while I'm at sea, as the boat heels over, I'll always have a lee bunk, a bunk that I can fall into, you know. So that's very important. I forgot to tell you as well the last day when I was doing the sinks and the water tanks, that I've actually I installed one foot pump, that's a manual pump, as well as the pressurized system, which I probably won't use. I'll just use the foot pump. I also have a salt water tap that I fitted, which means I can rinse, wash, wash the dishes, do everything I can with salt water to prolong. So just keep as much fresh water as I can for drinking. I can do everything I want with the salt water tap. I also have a manual water pump that I brought, so I can pump the salt water if I need it as well. I want to use as little fresh water and as little power as possible. So everything I do with the salt water, I can brush my teeth, I can brush my tooth. This is extreme. This is how extreme this whole thing is. I actually had a load of teeth taken out. At my age, everyone was trying to preserve their teeth, you know. I actually had some taken out because at sea, the last thing I want is an abscess, or, you know, I'm going to be my own doctor, my own dentist, my own cook, my own everything. I'm going to be. So anyway, that was one of the extreme things. There's loads of extreme things. I'm just going to show you. So here's the bunk. I've actually cut the timbers. I changed my mind. I was going to build a cot with a timber creel across it, and I'm going to have another lee cloth put in. I'm going to get one made. They're kind of more comfortable, and it's less hassle. So here's the bunk. This is the lee bunk. So I have the timbers cut, they're in place. Or to put them in place, I should say. Just a rebase to go in under there. The lee cloth will clip on then, similar to that. Oh look, here's more extreme. These are seat belts that I got off a friend of mine, John Joe Dorgan, out of an old car. So they'll be across the bunks. you know, from here to here, and this side from here to here. I have plenty of them. Look, I got loads of them. That's only in extreme cases where you don't want to be falling out of bed, but it's just good to have all these things in place. If I don't use them, I don't use them. If I do, well and good. What I'm going to do then later on today, it's a bit dark up there now, but I have to clear out this, well, today and tomorrow. I have to clear out the bow section and glass in seams. I'll explain that later. It's going to be a watertight bulkhead about 18 or 20 inches above the level of the sea outside. So that's what I'm at. I also had an interesting day yesterday. I had a Skype meeting with Sea Shepherd Ireland. Sea Shepherd are a global environmental agency or organisation. Look them up if you don't know who they are. They're brilliant. They protecting the oceans around the world for everyone on the planet. I mean, they're great. But so I'm going to be working with them along the trip, along the journey. We haven't decided exactly what yet, but it's going to be environmental, maybe water samples, temperatures, just stuff. I love the environment, I love nature. There's a section on my website and it will be updated. So Sea Shepherd, look them up if you haven't heard of them already. Working up the bow of the boat today, the front of the boat. There's a lot of people following this trip and progress of my boat, repairs and preparations. A lot of people are following that wouldn't be big sailors or big into sailing or even sail at all. So I'm going to explain things a little easier, if that's okay, if you don't mind, because it makes it more interesting for everybody. If you already understand it, that's cool. If you don't, then this will help. So I'm working right up the front of the boat today. The bow, I've it all emptied out, as you can see. Boats don't stay organised or clean for long when you're doing jobs. But it's good because when I'm finished up there, I can put stuff back in. I have a lot of storm equipment, storm sails and emergency stuff up there. Not permanently, but it's good to just go through everything and see what I have. So what I've done up here, this is a pretty cool job. It's take you a minute to get your head around this. The green mark I have there, and I have a green mark in here. That's the level of the water outside. So if you were looking at the outside of the boat, that would be the water line where the water comes up to. So if I, God forbid, hit something floating and made a hole in the front of the boat, all this area now, I'm going to show you. It's very difficult in here, that's why I didn't film it being done. I've glassed in all these. They were already glassed, so I haven't affected the structure or the movement of the boat, but I re-glassed them so that they're waterproof or watertight. I drilled a hole down at the bottom here, and I have a valve, a tap, so I can turn that off if this compartment was to flood. It would give me time to do a couple of things. I suppose repair it, mostly. And our worst case scenario would give you time to do more vital stuff. So you can see I have a tap in here, which comes through and will run into the bilge of the boat. I put a tap there so that you will get water in there from condensation and off the anchor chain. So it's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Now I have it glassed in, and now I'm going to paint it. I'm going to tidy up the whole place up here as I'm at it, actually, because I emptied all the anchor chain out onto the ground. So give it another look in here. Actually, I don't know if you can see that now, but you can see it, the new fiberglass. Stinks. This is what I use. Resin. It's not my favourite job, but I had the hatch open. I had to close it there a minute ago now because it started raining. So again, the water level could go up, you know, as far as it wants without coming over the top of that bulkhead. So it's a watertight bulkhead in the bow now, which is fairly good. Again, it's just more things to do to make this journey as safe and as successful as possible. All painted now, finished, looking good. Happy with that now. Can't wait to let that dry now and put it back together. And there's a 20-inch piece above the green tape to the top of that. From there to there is 20 inches. That's 20 inches above the water line. That's brilliant. Okay, so finally finished. I'm delighted now with that. I redid all the timber work as well as I was at it. Said why not? So that's nice now. Watertight bulkhead. Beautiful day as well. Really nice here today. So that's it. All clean, all back together, thank God. That's a great job done now. All super. So I hope you enjoyed watching that. It was a bit longer than normal, but there was a lot to squeeze in, a lot to do, and I'm so glad I have all that done. So please subscribe and keep subscribing and asking questions and giving me ideas. The more people that see this, the better chance I have of getting sponsorship, which unfortunately is part of it. I need some money to finish this project. Almost there, but there's still quite a bit to get and do. So please subscribe and keep liking. Thank you. Bye.